Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on ChannelOne TV. Just gone by Eno. We're in a very, very exciting conversation with some filmmakers who putting together a really, really interesting piece. Can't wait to see for myself. But for now, we move to our home improvement bits of the conversation. This is where you get to learn all there is to know about improving your space, making it better, making it more functional. And a very good friend of the show, Salom, the Dreammaker, has joined us to go through making your kitchen space more, more exciting, bringing life into your kitchen. But just before we do that, you have a couple of messages for us.
Yeah, so our question from earlier where we asked whether people were, happy with Dampare. Hi, Eno and Jude. For me, Dampare's impact on the police service was visible. If for nothing at all, the police headquarters uplift and the police visibility initiative provides verifiable evidence of a stewardship. To those jubilant officers, their actions just raise so many doubts in my mind. I hope they have genuine reasons for their excitement because it is giving vibes of back to factory settings. In all this, one lesson I gather from the removal of the IGP is that tomorrow is never promised. So when entrusted with authority, be humble and serve, do your best and leave the rest because Charlie, everybody gets replacement. Andy from Bus 2 said that in. Andy! Good morning.
Can they leave us alone, right?
No, they can't.
You can mention
I'm a Bus 2 member, so definitely they're watching the show.
Can you please leave us alone?
Bus 2, Heritage Caravan. Angie, shout out to you.
You can send your message to the show without telling us which bus you
Don't be a hater, Jude. It's fine.
A
When you go on the Heritage Caravan, you also, get the experience. Anyway, good morning. Wonderful delivery. I can tell you that 90% of police personnel who are jubilating are all lazy and indisciplined. Former IGP Dampare wrote his name in letters of gold. You can also send in your messages to the WhatsApp number 0204-447-033, 0204-447-033. Not only on whether former IGP Dr. Dampare has done well et al., but because we're also going to shift focus into this conversation that we're having with Salom. Don't forget the number 0204-447-033. If you have any questions, suggestions at all, send it in. You can also do that via X. My handle, Eno_S. Jude's handle at Mensa Duncan without the H. See, I got you. Hi, Salom.
Hi, Eno.
I missed you.
You've not been looking for me.
Oh,
I
went on a small trip.
Yo, wait, there's son of you.
really?
Yo, wait.
I went on a small 8-day journey across Ghana.
Okay, what did you bring? What did you bring for
I
us?
brought shea butter.
Oh, and then what? And then what?
That's all.
I confirm you
That's
didn't
all
bring.
I was able to
You
get.
didn't bring
because
I confirm.
I was working. By the time I was ready to go and buy something at the Bolgari Day Festival, the next thing I heard was, let's go. Time now.
Well, you didn't have enough time.
No.
But you're having fun.
Yes, while working.
Good.
Let me state that while working.
I don't know why you always
After
want
you
to
finish working, you can have fun.
I'm sure you're enjoying the working too.
Oh yes, definitely.
So you had fun.
I had fun. I'm not gonna lie about it. I had an amazing time. Jude, it's okay. Calm down. Be calming down.
What's your problem?
Be calming down.
A lot really, but it's okay.
All right, let's go into the conversation before Jude's heart explodes.
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Breathe in, breathe out.
You don't feel like you don't look.
I don't look it.
Yes, you're
I've been
okay.
through a lot. So you let me start crying. But I'll be a strong man and I'll let it slide.
Don't cry, please.
Don't cry, please. We can't, accept any tears
we
on
are
this show.
discussing today on the show, all pass, all pass. There's a shop near my house. It's called All Shall Pass.
All Shall Pass.
If you're not Kadesh, you know what I'm referring to. Anyway, on the show today, we want to discuss making your kitchen more smart, and by extension, I would say more functional. Because I think that's the end goal of having a really smart kitchen. Yeah. Frema was talking about the Back to Your Village Food Bazaar. And she made a really interesting point on the breakfast show on radio the other time. And she said that there are some people, if the light goes off, they can't cook again. Are you triggered? Are you one of them? You don't look like one of them, so I don't know why
No.
you know, but there are quite a number of people, right? If the
Yes.
light goes off,
Yes,
that's
there
the end.
are. It's
Because the rice cooker runs on electricity, even their cooker runs on electricity.
Even their stove,
There's,
isn't
you
it?
know,
Yeah.
everything, their blender. So they can't do the apotoyowa.
apotoyowa
You know, they
grinding.
can't, no, they have to use blender. The rice, they can't do the, how do you call it? The fire stove, they can't
Muchia.
use muchi. They
You want
can't.
muchia?
Oh, you want cold pot?
You want
They can't use
cold
cold
pots
pot,
and
unfortunately. You know, so talking about smartness of kitchens, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it's a trend. It's a convenience thing, right?
Kind of,
But why
yeah.
a lot more people jumping onto this?
Why? Anyway, so before even the why, you see, kitchen. If you study recent kitchens and even home designs now,
Yeah.
kitchens especially have moved from being just a small room only purposely for cooking and eating to something else now. These days, there are kitchens, you know, even before that, the kitchen is the heart of the home.
Yeah.
That is the pulse of the house. People spend time in the kitchen now. Kitchens have now become multi-purpose, multi-use. I mean, these days, even open into other spaces of the home. Gone were the days where kitchens were smaller rooms that were locked with keys and doors and keys. But this time around, we've moved from there. Contemporary homes now are giving people the reason to integrate other forms of functionality, right? Because now again, the kitchen is not just for eating and cooking. People now want to feel comfortable in the kitchen. People now want to enjoy the cooking process. People now want to even be able to socialize while cooking, because they want to be able to have family around when cooking. Sometimes even hosting friends. Yeah, so we could chat. Sometimes the kids or even the partner could be working and then watching on and keeping them company whilst the woman or someone else is cooking.
Amazing.
So,
I like the really robust background you give us to this, right? And a couple of images are currently rolling on your screen, and I'm watching. You know, and you see some fridges in town today. The whole fridge is like, the whole fridge is set up somebody's apartment for you right now. You know, you know. So for me, my major concern also is factoring in all the other add-on cost these things bring, right? So for example, if you have burning a cooking stove, you have the kettle cry is somewhere, you know, yeah, it adds on to your electricity bill, doesn't it?
oh, of course. I mean, these are all electrical appliances. These
Yeah.
are all electrical appliances. You mentioned the cooker, the fridge. I mean, there are smart fridges these days. There are cookers. I mean, some years back, we were only used to gas stoves,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Even before then, muchia and the, how do you call it? The
Coal
pots, the
pots,
coal
yeah.
pots, and now then we move to gas stoves. Now there are induction hobs and now even electric
Yeah,
cookers.
yeah.
Do you get it? Which brings us to the issue of electricity and whether when the light goes off you can cook. Or I mean, yes, that is a concern, right? That is a
Yeah.
concern. But then also, sometimes you want efficiency. You want to be with the trend. You want to move with the trend. You want to have convenience, efficiency. These are all things that play. So you might want to consider, I mean, which is a priority to you? Is it the electrical bills or the convenience it is bringing you? But I mean, with regards to the cooker, there are ways these days. Most of the time, what we do is to give you a hybrid cooker option, right? So you have the gas hob and then an electric hob as well. So if it's, let's say, a 4-burner cooker you are doing or a 6-burner cooker, half of it could be electric, half of it could be gas. So
Okay.
that even if, I mean, the doom saw issues here and there, you don't have access to electricity, you could easily switch.
To the fore, when these conversations come up, also is the safety component
Yeah.
of it, because for some of the gas cookers, right, there's nothing that even shows that's a gas cooker. It's just a
Exactly.
level surface, and you just see some round circle, you know.
Yeah.
And if you have children in the house, these could also pose safety and health risks,
Yeah.
right? So, what are some of the major considerations to pay attention to especially. I know there are whole conversations around child-proofing your homes,
Yeah.
you know, and all of that.
And that's what you're talking about. See
Yeah.
how flat the surface is.
Exactly.
And you don't know, you put your hands on it. I realize your hands is cooked.
So these ones are made such that, you know, once there's nothing cooking, everything is all normal. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So you see, you might not see that there's a cooker here, or because of its integration, right? So far as there's nothing on the stove, there's nothing on fire.
it's off.
It's off. It's you don't even feel any heat.
Yeah, but
You
it's
get
very
it.
possible that, and I'm just trying to play the advocate here, right? The devil's advocate here. No, it's very possible that somebody might not know right after cooking when the surface is still very hot, and that would it cools
The
down.
moment you take off the pot,
Yeah,
It
it cools down.
completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
From a 0 to 100.
So you can just pick up the pot, pass your hands, you don't feel anything.
Hey, no, I'll be left behind. But that's interesting because I've seen a couple, right,
Yeah.
where it's still very hot for some time.
Maybe there are different types of the cooker integrations. Yeah, there are some that are mostly looking like the hobs, and then there are these flat ones you are seeing.
Yeah.
Right? These ones you are seeing, the induction hobs. Those are all like that. And then there are those that give you the look of the regular gas
Just one.
cooker.
Oh, the one, it's
Or
one
is
just
it?
passed.
Okay,
yeah.
yes. Those are the ones. Yes. Maybe then you can have that.
Yeah, that one.
concern.
Oh, it's gone again.
Gone again.
But yeah, I
That
think
one.
Yes,
Yes.
this type.
This
I
time.
think we
time.
get it. We get the point.
Yeah.
But aside safety, which obviously is a major concern as well, and you need to probably child-proof it very well. The cost element can be discounted, right?
For costs, I mean, yes, you are right. You are right. First of all, designing a kitchen is one of the most expensive. Yes, the kitchen is one of the most expensive to design in the home. Yes, I won't lie to you. I mean, it costs these days, especially those of you who want to have the Instagram kind of
The Pinterest kind of
Thank you.
feel.
The
and look.
Pinterest feels, the Instagram, all these you are seeing. I won't lie to you. You should be ready for that kind of. Yes, they're expensive. Not to even talk of the appliances, the smart devices you are seeing in here, all these storage integrations. I mean, for kitchens, the issue is the more features you add, the more cost. Yes.
I think Jude was talking about fridges, and then I understand there are fridges now that you can just, I don't know whether you input it or you tell the fridge that look through my fridge and make a meal of what I have in the fridge.
Yes, and those are the
Sounds
smart
expensive.
fridges. Very, very. Those are smart fridges that most of the time has the ability to scan through your fridge and let you know that this and this is what you have. These are the ingredients you have, and these are meal options I think you can do with what you have. Yes. They scan through your fridge and even alert you that, Jude, you're out of tomatoes.
Really?
Yes.
Really? So what, they share the recipe with you?
Yes, so you can make them share recipes based on what you have inside. Yes, you can let it scan through and probably schedule alerts. So maybe you want to go shopping, but you don't really have time to go through what's in there. So it does that on your behalf and it lets you know that, Jude, you are almost on.
What kind of laziness is this?
I want you to know what kind of laziness is this. We're just making life more simple.
How many toast is left in your fridge?
We're just making life more simple. What should we
Challenge,
buy?
challenge.
Oh,
People are
come
looking
on.
for convenience. Soft
Exactly.
life. Soft life.
Soft
Yeah, but
life.
how soft do you want
Baby
your life
girl
to be?
life.
Extra stuff.
Extra soft.
I like that. Extra
See,
stuff.
if you have to be reminded by a fridge that there's tomatoes running out, it's a red flag, please.
What kind of red flag is that?
It's a red flag.
What kind of red flag
You
is
see,
that?
these automations and I mean all these how do you call it, systems are actually adapting to human lifestyle right now. Do you
So
get
they
it?
are based on some
These are-
high level intelligence.
Exactly.
Artificial intelligence,
Artificial
actually.
intelligence, yes, exactly. I mean, this is a century where people barely even have time for themselves.
Yeah, so
Do you get it?
what-
There are people who are going to work every now and then back home, not even get time to open the fridge to see what's
No,
inside.
I feel you. I mean, we've entered an age where we are seeing a lot of self-drive cars, right?
Thank you.
Outperforming some of even
Thank you.
the very, engine-based vehicles we've seen. But it will take a long time to for the whole assimilation process to, right? Because I don't think that is going to happen
It has already
in
started.
a year or even in a decade. You know, in our part of the world, bringing out the conversation here.
It has started.
But these are for very high-end areas, right?
You see, I mean, that's how it is with almost every form of innovation. I mean, at some point when it's starting, those are the times where at this point it's only for high-end clients.
Right.
Do you get it? Or probably the very innovative people who want to try everything. Do you get it? But after a while, I mean, it becomes a norm. Sometimes at a point, even the prices are going to drop for everybody. The prices are all going to drop to a point where almost everybody, or at least a middle-level person, can afford it. Yes, I mean, so I think it's normal with any form of innovation. I mean, it takes time. Yes, some people will definitely want to dip in and try. I mean, so far as they can afford it, I mean, all that. So, yeah.
So talking about smart technologies, I think we've spoken about stoves. We've also spoken about fridges. What else is smart in the kitchen that we can incorporate into our kitchens?
Okay. Another thing is, I think you see in kitchens, another particular thing that is usually needed in every kitchen is effective lighting, right? Lighting, the form of lighting in the kitchen, because the kitchen is mostly like a work zone, right? You need specific kind of lighting. How to even control them. Sometimes you want to even automate them, control them. It becomes quiet because at the point you become very busy when you're cooking, right? Sometimes you want to avoid touching certain electrical surfaces. Hence, the issue of, integration and how do you call it, sensors, right? Sensors have come in now. Now there are electrical appliances and even lighting systems, right, that are actually controlled by your human presence. Your senses your presence, and then automatically comes on without you having to touch any switch or hub or whatever. Do you get it? Or sometimes even controlled from your smart devices.
Wow.
Even all the appliances, there's not even lighting alone. These are things you can easily control from your smart devices. Hey, put off the light at this time. And then, yes, it schedules to go off. I want you to dim the light for me when I'm cooking or when I'm close to this particular cabinet. And then it goes off for you. So, because in the kitchen, you see, there are different types of light. In the kitchen, you need about 3 to 4 different categories of light. And if you're able to have this and be able to schedule them accordingly based on what you are doing at what time, you get it? It really makes life in the kitchen very easy and enjoyable as well. I mean, those of us who like soft life.
Very soft life.
Thank you. Thank you. You don't need to go you don't need to go close to any switches or sockets or whatever. These are things you can easily control either with human sensors or from your smart device. You get it? You can schedule them to go off, appliances to go off as and when. Maybe you forgot to put on the washing machine and you left home. You can do that easily from your phone or your tablet or your smart device, anything. Do you get it? The lights, the whatever it is you want to do, do you get it? So it goes beyond just the appliances, the lighting. I mean, there are a lot of options, do you get it? So
what about pantries? Can they have a smart feature?
So pantries are mostly, again, for storing food and appliances and sometimes even cookware, right? So you want to find sometimes, yes, with this same integration from the fridge, yes, there are some instances where the pantry also has such systems, right? So they monitor whatever you have in the pantry, right, from spices to groceries to whatever, and then alert you need to go shopping. You need to go shopping. You can cook this today. Sometimes even opening and closing them, especially if you have a very tight space for your pantry, you get it. Some are made such that, with sensors, one, that's another, with sensors, another thing. So the moment you get close to it, it opens automatically, right? Again, some can be integrated onto your smart devices with apps, right? So you can remotely check what you have at home.
Right.
You get, so you can remotely check whatever you have at home. You don't need to come home all the way from work to see what's in the fridge before you go shopping. You get it? So these are all some of the ways, if it has to do with the appliance, whatever is stored, depending on whatever you want to store in your pantry. So whoever is doing the integration for you would seek your inputs. How do you want your pantry to function? Do you get it? Or what are some of the features you want to have in the pantry? Do you get it?
Wow, I've learned a lot today. I need to make money. That's the whole.
Plenty.
That's the whole. That's the longest shot of the whole thing. Mom must work harder and
Plenty
smarter.
money.
My God did for me. So yeah. Because like I was saying that you go to some of these shops, you see the fridge there, you see the price tag.
You see the price tag. That's why Salon said it's expensive.
Yes,
Yeah,
so for kitchens, I would like to. I mean, even without the appliances, the make of the cabinets alone is
But are there cheaper alternatives?
Maybe I would say yes, whichever way. But I mean, even with expensive, I can say they are great, or it's subjective. You get it? So sometimes the type of wood, the materials they use can be, I mean, tweaked here from here and there, depending on what you can afford. Again, designing the home, designing and finishing the home is a lot more based on what you can afford and your preferences. So unless you have conflicting taste and budget, you have a high taste, but your budget is very
small.
Somewhere else. Other than that, a lot of the things can be modified based on your budget.
Your budget. Everything is budget.
Kind of.
Salon, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Like Drew said, we need to make money.
I'm waiting to design your kitchen.
Okay.
Smallest time.
Okay. Enjoy. But yes, Salon, thank you once again. We'll be right back with some sports. Don't go away. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend.